Let's talk a little bit more about that pie chart we just made. A pie chart is a great way to look at categorical data, such as how often my students are coming, whether it's monthly or never, or weekly or occasionally. I do want to change the title here. I can actually just double click on it, and that'll open up my settings. I'm going to call it tutorial participation. And then I can change all of the other settings of my chart here as well. So I could change the labels and the colors, and I really can customize it a lot. I'm going to add another chart to my sheet here. Let me kind of drag this one out of the way. All right. And what I'm going to do, I think, is a line chart. Let me just highlight all of this. Maybe just that far. Insert chart. And what I really want is a line chart. Yes. You know what? Maybe I should have left off their first names because I have two names on here, or should have left off their last names. Let me change that. So I'm going to go back and select my data a different way. Let me just select this, just the last names. It's too much. So insert chart. I'm going to change it to a line chart again. There we go. And now look at that. This is what I wanted, except I want to switch my X and my Y axis. There we go. That's what I wanted. A line chart is great for showing change over time. And I realize there's a lot of information on here, but I wanted to show it to you because look what I can see. I can see that this student right here is in trouble. So that looks like that's Gonzalez. If I put my mouse in just the right spot, it'll actually show me, yeah, that's my student who has a 31 right now. So this graph actually is really good at telling a story. I can also see that I have a student here, Brewer, who started at an 82 and has now gone consistently up through the year. And now he's up here. He's right up there with Weber and the other guys, the other ladies and gentlemen at the top of the class. I also wanted to point out this other guy here, Brewer. Look, he started down here, and he's consistently increased throughout the year. I'm also curious about Carlson. Carlson, she started down kind of low and then went way up, and now look, she's kind of gone back down again. So I wonder what the story is of her year. Again, I can double click to change the title, but this is a line graph. A line graph is really good at showing change over time. Let's make another graph here. I think I'm going to do a scatter plot between the amount of time my students are studying and their year-end averages. So I'm going to highlight those two columns, insert chart. And you know what? It knew what I wanted. It gave me a scatter plot. So Google had the same thoughts as me here. I do kind of like that title as well. That's okay. Let's see. I'm going to kind of scrunch it that way. And you can see that the more my students study, the better they tend to do. Yeah, so these are three different representations of data that are not hard to make. Just select the data you want and then click Insert Chart. And also remember, the Explorer tool will help you here. Click on the Explorer tool, and it will suggest interesting tables and charts that you might want to look at. That's where we got our tutorial chart. Okay, so now I have these charts. What can I do with them? I don't want to share them in this format, right? Well, one option is I might transfer my chart or my graph to a new sheet altogether. I can click these little more dots here, and I can download it. I can move it to its own sheet. I can copy it. I can publish it. There's a lot of options here. There's a lot of different ways to download it too. Let me show you. I'm going to make a presentation to share with my PLC. I'm going into Google Slides. Let me just get a blank Google slide. There we go. Okay, I'm going to just copy this, just Control C or Edit Copy, and I'm going to paste it here. And I can choose whether to paste it linked or unlinked. I'm going to paste this linked. And what that means is anytime that I change data in this spreadsheet, it will update over here. And I could put as many charts as I want in these slides. So I could do a new slide, and I could get one of my other charts. And now I have a nice little presentation here that I can share with my PLC, and maybe we'll use it to organize our data throughout the year. Again, these slides will automatically update whenever we update our sheet here. My students, there we go.